Welcome to the Den of Tools.
Howdy ho, guys and gals, it's Red, your friendly neighborhood tool bear, back again here in the old Den of Tools, and we got an update for you on lumber prices. Yes, they are hitting rock bottom. Boy, it feels good to say that. Now, we know that lumber prices have just been astronomical for about the past year and a half. Silver lining, of course, is we got some great memes out of it, but other than that, man, it has been hard on all of us. Now, I did a video about this about a month ago, and prices have fallen even more since then. So let's talk about where we're at, where we were, and what we can see going forward. Because the numbers we're looking at here, these are forecasts, all right, and they're traded as per 1,000 board feet. I know a bunch of you well actually types got all bent out of shape because I didn't say per 1,000 board feet. Some people on their keyboards. Anyway, the point is, current price right now is sitting at $522.10. Okay, I think the market just closed on that, so we're looking at, there we go, $522.10. Now, this is over the past year. We can see the chart here. We saw in September that the price hit a peak of $984, and then plummeted down to $495 in October there. But then it went to a height. Oh my gosh, this is just ridiculous here. What we're at, $1,686 in May, but now we have fallen just down a cliff. Look at this thing go down. That is, we hit a rock bottom price there on July 15th of $490. That is just unreal. When you look at, let's go to the last 5 years, and you can see where we're at. Now, this dip here, this canyon right there, that is the V dip that we all saw in all the markets following the crash that happened in February. Here's February 18th. You can see they went off a cliff. They were at a high there of $463, and it dropped all the way down to $264. That was cheaper than at any point on this chart. We started off 5 years ago at $323. So you can see that's the dip that followed the whole COVID thing, the everything getting locked down and shut down, everyone freaking out. And then we saw a spike coming back from that where it jumped up, then it went down again. But where are we at now? And we talked about where we're at, but how is that in relationship? I mean, is this where it's going to end up? Well, it looks like to me, this is what I believe we call here a dead cat bounce. All right, that's when a market's up really high, suddenly falls off, and hits the floor there, and then you get a quick little bounce, like, oh my gosh, it's going to recover. No, that's just people speculating, and it's going to settle back down. I think we're going to settle in this low $500 range here, and here's the reason why. So I took the numbers for every month for the past 5 years, loaded them into a spreadsheet, and did some mean calculations. Now, mean is a mathematical term. It's very similar to an average, used more for statistics. And what we came out was with a number of $492 is what we're projected to be at right now. And that's exactly where we are at. Now, that number I did ending right here on February 19th. I ended it there because after that we had market influencers that were abnormal. That was, of course, being COVID. So where should it have been had the market not been manipulated? We should be at just over $500, and we're at 522. So we are within spitting distance, and it does look like it's going to come down a little bit more. And I think that that's where it's going to settle out. Now we're going to go into winter here. There's going to be less building. There's going to be less people moving and such. So it should stabilize, and hopefully that's where we'll be. Now, if we look at the price of lumber here, we go over to Home Depot, look at a cheap whitewood stud. Whitewood is that's the generic term here. We're looking at $492. Now, I originally set up this video to do it last week. So I had these pages up here, and it was at $592 when I refreshed it for this video, and it dropped $1 just in the past week. Because this is what we're going to talk about. Is a lot of people are like, well, what these prices are dropping, why am I not seeing it at my local stores? Well, let's go over here. Here we've got sanded plywood here. Okay, 4x8 by 15, 30 seconds, $71.25. Now, I have not updated this page, We're going to update it here real time with you. $71 is now $64.05. So you can see the drop is happening. Why is it not happening faster, though? I hear you, a lot of you saying. Well, here's the deal. When these stores buy wood, they buy it in a bunk of lumber. Okay, now this is basically how it's packaged, how it's sold. Let me zoom in there for you to get a better picture. So a bunk of lumber is how each different, there's different terms here. Let me show you this chart here. This right here is from Trio Forest Products. And when you look at it, if you're buying 2x4s, you're going to get 294, 208 kiln dried versus green pieces, 294 kiln dried pieces there. And you're going to get in 2x6s 189, 2x8s are going to get you 147, 2x10s are 105, yada yada. So I'm going to leave this up here so you can take a look at it. In fact, maybe I'll try to put a link down below. So when you buy a bunk of lumber, and yes, you can go out and say, hey, I want a bunk of 2x4s, or I want a bunk of 4x10s. And that's about how many pieces you're going to get, because these are the unit measurements that they're sold in. When you see them coming off the truck all bundled, that's a bunk of lumber. Now, what happens is with pricing is these stores, they enter it into their system of, we bought the last 3 bunks at X price. They're not going to change the price until they sell through all 3 of those bunks. They're not going to drop the price just because futures have come down, because futures could bounce back up again. They're going to go based on what they paid for it, and as such, it's going to take a little while for it to sell through. So especially if purchasing is slowing down, that could also mean that price dropping could slow down because they want to get through that lumber. They want to recoup what they paid for it. Anyway, just a quick heads up to let you know what's going on, why it's taking so long. But clearly we're already seeing, as here, shown here, we're seeing prices drop, and they're going to drop further. I can expect that, I would imagine that by December, we're back at what we should expect to be normal pricing. Let's all hope. What projects have you been holding off on? What have you been keeping you from getting done? Because, what was one I saw was the prices are going through the roof. The roof I can't build because prices are too expensive. So what have you been holding off on? Put it down in the comments down below. I want to hear what projects you've been holding off on, or what you hopefully are going to be ramping back up here shortly. Let me know down in the comments. While you're down there, don't forget to chomp the old like button, smash that subscribe, and ring that bell on your way out. Anyway, that's all this bear has for you today. You all take care, God bless, and as always, shine on.